haven't done a video for a while. Thought I'd do a quick one today. Well, the first part of the video. So I'm gonna go take the car for a bit of a 4B before I get the front locker installed. I'm just gonna go find some off-cambered hill. I've got one in mind. And just gonna see how fast I gotta hit it, how hard I gotta hit it. Like last time I did this hill, I ripped the flares and that off. So nice and off-cambered. Hopefully I'll lift a wheel or two. And then gonna do it again in like a few days once the locker gets put on. And then see how it all goes. I just want to know, just be able to give like a honest review on what I think of the auto locker, how it turns and stuff like that. But we've aired all tyres down to 16 PSI and we'll go find a few tracks. It's like 4 o'clock in the arvo and look at that, glass off. Oh, look at that, peeling. And the dog's going nuts in the back. So we got the first section of hills. These are a piece of piss. I've only seen the stock suspension Hilux get bogged through these. First day the brother got his Hilux, he got a bog. So just rolling in here, barely even trying. It's in second high. But nothing really to worry about here. The Hilux actually got bogged going downhill. So once the tyres lifted, it was just fucking stuck there. So maybe the Hilux could use a fucking locker. Got stuck on this bit here. Fucking out. Definitely going for a dip in a minute. It's fucking still like 40 degrees at like 5 in the arvo. So this is the first hill, or the main hill I want to try it up. Last time it was pretty off-cambered. A few cars have dug it out. A bit of left to right. Maybe lift the wheel. See how dug out it is. It's not too bad today actually. But we'll see how hard I got to charge up it. And then see when we get the locker in, see how slow I can go up it. So for the test we're just going second low. That's what we usually go up it in. Should just crawl it really. It's not that bad today. These new tyres are like fucking paddle tyres. Straight up him. It's actually quite steep too. Alright, we got one more in mind. It's probably fucking pushed in a bit much now. This one here, plowed this in ages ago. I'll put the video up of that. Probably like 5 years ago actually. Doesn't actually look the same now, but going up it sometimes a bit of a different story when it gets a bit rutted out. When heaps of cars come up here in winter when the beach washes out. Oh, maybe these new paddle tyres will just send me up. Might need to find something a bit more challenging. I'm hoping I get stuck for the test. We're at the bottom of it. I'm just going to go second low and just see how slow I can go before it actually gets stuck. I reckon about 3 grand. Straight up it. Wow, what a fucking difference a good set of muddies makes. I don't know if this test's going to be good enough, but maybe we can just go way slower when we get the locker in. I didn't really lift any wheels though. Oh, that one sounds a bit rutted out. We'll turn around on that one. The first time I hit this hill, I might have given it a few too many. All the tyres and that are let down to 16 PSI and they're brand new, so they're like bloody paddle tyres. I'm going to try and make this hard. I'm just going to go first gear this time and just see if I can't try and idle up it. I want to see where that I get stuck. So we're in first gear. I'm not going to take it out of first gear. And about there on that tree. So it sounded pretty cool. So I'm going to try that again, higher range, just see how far I get if I'm just giving it to her. I've never gotten up this in higher range, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a rev out. Second high. I don't think I'm just going to make any difference with the locker. I got about that far. We'll see how we go once the locker's in. I think the locker, I just wanted to see if I can stop on with the locker and maybe just keep driving up it. It's pretty steep though, pretty boggy. We'll see how we go. So this is like the newest track I can find. Looks like no one's really driven up it, so hopefully she's a bit fucked. We're gonna go low range. See how we go, second low. Hopefully I get stuck. Kid's loving it in the back. Whee! What's up here? Ooh, and it's stuck. We'll get out, we'll put a marker in the ground. So in line with that stick right there, about top of that bush. We'll come back to that one. What's even up here once I get up here? I probably could have made that if I just fucking give it to it a bit more, but I was just cruising second low. It's like not a bad camping spot to be honest. Tucked away in the dunes. Here we go, we'll go back out. Go back out the way we came. There was that one rut I really want to go back to. I just want to see if I can just cruise over it. Bit off camber, a bit dug out. I don't know, the car's just handling real nice with the new tyres and that. Turbo, no 12mm pump yet, but hasn't really fucking needed it yet to be honest. It's just more getting it just to have more fun really, but I don't think it'll get me any further. So we'll try a couple of these tracks. Up here it's a bit rutted, so second low, give it a bit of a go. Off camber, bit of scrubbing. Oh yeah, super off camber. Full throttle. Made it, but had to actually touch the bottom of the pedal there in a couple of spots. So it'll be interesting to see how slow I can do that in a couple of days. Look at that. There's nothing in the back of the dunes here today that I've just been like, fuck. Like sometimes of the year out here is pretty rough, but a couple of spots I did touch the throttle full, so maybe when I get the locker in it'll just cruise up and I won't really have to touch it. Might even be able to stop and just go up it, but it's pretty soft actually, so see how we go. Might finish this video in like a few days, or once it's in and I get a chance to do a bit more filming. Pick a nice hot day so I can go for a swim again, take the dog out. Actually stopped to let the dog out for a sec and look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So while you're out, just pick a few bits up. Got me fucked by all the rubbish, but get yourselves one of these on the back of your car. It's like 30 bucks. Take your own shit with you, fucking, or keep it in your car till you get to a bin. There's like a million bins for fuck's sake. So back in the rig today and the locker's in. Just going down the same spots as before, just getting here on sunset. See how she feels, eh? Just engaged full drive and put it in higher. Noticeably just a touch heavier, not much heavier than before. Not hit nothing serious yet, just cruising around. But you can definitely still steer like I was expecting with a locker not to be able to steer, especially in the sand because you're always slipping so much. Just cruising and the beach looks pretty good. It's a nice bloody sunset today. Not as glass off as the other day. Spewing in a bit earlier, still pretty fucking hot today. A few more people have been here, but so hopefully the ruts are a bit deeper and then this just fucking like exceeds my expectations and just can crawl up from a standing stop on some of these hills. Just cruising along. I'm gonna pull up to the first challenge that I stepped out of the other day. It's probably going to be a bit more rutted out because heaps of people having a go at it today and it's the weekend and that, so let's let these people go first and enjoy this over here. Up they go. Oh, a few tubes too. So I got a bit excited there and went up it after old Luxy boy got stuck a couple of times and I literally just second low, so I've come back down to the bottom and I'm just gonna fucking crawl it as slow as I can. And this is after the Lux said she was too rutted and there's been a lot more traffic on here, but it's going to go up this nice and slow so you can see. I'm just fucking idling this thing piece of piss. It's actually pretty boggy, and those ruts probably don't look it, but they're scraping a little bit and just absolutely chugging along. Even just turning around on the flat before, you just could feel both diffs just pulling you along where the front would used to get stuck. Like this, use minimal power at all. I've barely even touched the throttle to go up that. Just on about just over, touch over green. Now I'm going to turn around, I'm going to go over the mega ruts. Now the other day, they were pretty much ripping the factory flares off. But we'll just turn around. And we won't even give ourselves a good run up. Like the other day, I give myself a good run up. So I'm turning around with the lockers on, no dramas. You can definitely tell they're on there. It's like slightly heavier, but it's still allowing me to turn pretty good, so I'm pretty stoked. It's going nice and slow here. Just crawling it up it. I've not even touched this throttle. Too slow. Well, there you go. Trying to show off too much. Now going down the one that used to be hairy as, I'll put the clip up, maybe in this vid somewhere, and show you what it used to look like. A million cars have been down it now. It's actually a bit of a fucking roadway, so when the beach gets blocked up down here, like, you're not meant to go in the dunes, but you get no other fucking choice sometimes in winter. Holy shit. So at this one here where I was the other day, and this is probably like the boggiest one I could have found. I've already had a couple of goes, tried to just take the piss up it and see if I could just like cruise up it, and it's pretty soft. So, but you can feel both wheels just trying to like spin and still move, whereas before you just get one shooting fucking sand hell high in the air. So you definitely feel it doing its thing. Like even just turning around in the sand before, you could just feel the front diff trying to pull you a bit, and to be honest, the steering's not really that compromised either. So, but with a bit of momentum, like the other day I couldn't really get up this, so, and today, pissed it in. Absolutely pissed it with a bit of momentum. So the car is definitely more capable than a couple of days ago. Sunset's looking pretty good too. So I think I'm gonna cruise back over the hill over there and then spin around to the fucking rutted out one over there. I've given it a couple of goes already. I sort of know what I can expect from the car and how boggy it is. Like people have been driving them a bit. It's definitely handling better than the other day, and I'm very happy with the result. If you're buying it for sand, probably won't make that much difference in my opinion. Like there's not as much as like tyre pressures and stuff like that. Like pretty much if you run your tyres like at the right pressures, you'll get most of the places with a little bit of momentum, but can definitely get you up those slightly bigger hills with a bit of boost and that, like, and a bit of momentum. It's definitely made it a lot easier for the car, you know. So we'll cruise over there now anyway. Try cruise another little bit over here now. I found that this bit the other day was the most rutted out of all the ones I went in, and today, like, it just pulled up, you know. I've tried to film it a couple of times and go slower and slower, but I think just a tiny bit of momentum, and now we go off cambered, straight up it, no struggling at all with this thing now. I'm liking it heaps. It's heaps good. So I'm sort of going to wrap this up here. Has this made my car better for sand driving? Yes, a little bit, but in the most part, the main thing that you can really save yourself in the sand is just tyre pressure and a little bit of momentum. But like, you don't need it to go sand driving, but if you can do it for yourself and put it in yourself, you save yourself a bit of coin. Like, it's a pretty good mod for how cheap it was, really. Like, didn't cost me anything. I just traded a bit of work for a bit of my mate's work, so quicker for him to do it than what it is for me. And yeah, say this mod will be heaps better if you're doing a lot of rock driving, lifting tyres and stuff like that. So once you get a bit of bar work, because we've still got the alloy bull bar on there and a few scrubs to protect these nice panels, then maybe we'll look at taking it out somewhere a bit more hectic.